why starting calisthenics when you're fat is smarter. You see, 2 years ago, I was just like you. I was fat, I was overweight, and I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos on how to do calisthenic skills. I wanted to have that same feeling that other people get when they do one arm handstand, when you see other people reacting to you. But I had this one thought when I started. It was, I can't do calisthenics unless I lose weight. That's what everyone on YouTube was telling me. I'd go on YouTube and I'd search, you know, fat to fit transformations, trying to see if people have, done it have lost fat from doing calisthenics, have, gotten shredded, but also learned the calisthenics skills while burning all the fat that they had. But I couldn't find any. I mean, I found a couple, but they were throwing in some weightlifting, some stuff. They didn't really tell you how to do it. So I thought naturally, just like you, I'd have to lose weight first. But what that did was it stopped me from training calisthenics. That's one thing I regret, is not starting sooner, not starting 2 years ago. I was like, oh, I gotta lose weight to start calisthenics. When I did that, not only did I miss out on progress, I didn't actually lose the weight. I didn't lose the weight. I stayed fat. I was going through a cycle. I'd start the year off strong. 6 months later, I'd be down 20 pounds. I'd be happy, going the normal, calorie deficit route. Eat what you want, eat clean, but you can cheat here and there, etc. And while I was doing that, I didn't lose the weight. I lost the weight, but I'll gain it back. I'll gain it right back. And I'll try and train calisthenics. I'll put some pull-ups, some weighted pull-ups, some weighted dips into my workout, but I never actually progressed through it. Now, fast forward January this year, I said, fuck it, let's go all in. I was at the heaviest I had ever been, the fattest I had ever been. I was at 221 pounds. Right? I'll show you a picture right now. That was me, January of 2025. This is me now. I don't have the best physique. No, it's only been 6 months, 7 months since I started. Right? And I don't do the normal weightlifting, weight training, etc. Hell, to be honest with you, I didn't even do cardio. That's another thing I regret. But I still lost the weight. 6 months, 7 months in, I could take off my shirt, walk in public. That's something I'd always wanted to do. As I was fat, I'd see people walking in public with their shirts off. I'm like, I want the confidence to be able to do that. And now I do. I'm in an empty parking lot, God knows where. I could care less. Because I know what I sacrificed in the last 7 months to get to where I am now. You see, losing weight, I always had this thing where it was hard. It was going to be hard. You'd have to force yourself. It was pure motivation, discipline, David Goggins style. You have to dig through it. You have to fight through it. You're going to hate every step of it. But I didn't hate every step of it. I was wrong. I loved it. Losing weight was the easiest thing I've done in the last 3 years. 3 years of being sedentary, being a lowlife. Losing weight was the easiest thing I've done. Why? Because I changed my mindset. I stopped looking at it as something I had to do and something I wanted to do. Hell, even better, as something I've already done. That's what helped me to get to where I am now. And I'm nowhere near finished. Nowhere. I'm just getting started. I'm only 7 months in. I have another 5 years of this. I don't see this as, trying to get there as quick as possible. This, for me, is what I truly love. I'm obsessed with this. I'm obsessed with calisthenics. I'm obsessed with exercise. You need to be obsessed too, because if you're not obsessed, you're not going to go all in. Now, I always thought losing weight was going to be harsh. It was going to be the toughest thing you do. Everyone, you see those videos, those montages, those clips of people hating that they're struggling, they have their necks down, they're like, oh my God, I hate doing this. But no, it wasn't like that at all. I enjoyed every single part of it. I wasn't stressed. I was calm. I did what I wanted. And what I wanted was to lose weight. So I did what was necessary to lose weight, which in turn just means I did whatever I wanted. So I actually enjoyed the whole process in the last 7 years. I didn't cheat on my diet or on my workout once in the last 7 months. My bad, I said 7 years earlier. once in the last 7 months. Not once. I mean, except for this few days ago. I'm not proud of it, but never gonna happen. I'm gonna stay right back on track. Uh, I ate a bunch of sugar because my fat, when I gained fat, it came from sugar addiction. It wasn't by eating bad foods. It was purely addiction to sugar. And I had some sugar yesterday. The day before that, I'm not gonna lie, I had some chocolate. Like an old bitch. Damn, I feel like a bitch saying that. But yeah, truth be told, that's the truth right there. No cheat meals for the last 7 months, none at all. And the diet I was on, or whatever I was eating, didn't feel like a cheat meal ever. Not once. Not once did it feel like a cheat meal. It felt like I was having a cheat meal every day. It didn't feel forced. The diet I was doing, not once did it feel forced. It didn't feel hard. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It's all I wanted to eat. I would wake up thinking about the beef and the eggs that I was going to eat. I didn't wake up thinking about the sugar or the carbs or anything like that. You see, I took it to an extreme. You don't have to take it to an extreme. Now, the other limiting belief I had was that I couldn't do calisthenics unless I lost the weight. That's what held me back for so long. But I was wrong. Starting January, I cut out all weightlifting. I cut out all extra exercises and focused on the basics, pull-ups and dips. That was my entire workout, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pull-ups and dips every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week. The first month, I got up to 45-pound pull-up, weighted. And again, I did do weighted calisthenics because that was the only way I could progressively overload, because that same rule of weightlifting apply with calisthenics. Right? You still need progressive overload to build muscle. So I focused on the basics for the first 6 months actually. Yeah, I just started training for skills recently. Once I got to a 45-pound pull-up and a 90-pound dip, that's when I started learning the muscle. The muscle was a goal of mine for years. Years. I'd see it on videos. I'd see people doing it at beaches. I had always wanted to do it, but I could barely do a pull-up. Within my first 2 to 3 months of starting this journey, I got my first muscle up. 2 to 3 months. From 200, I got my first muscle up while I was still 200 pounds. That's because I started sooner. I started while I was fat. So if you're fat right now, just start, man. Nothing's holding you back. Just get it over with. Start. You will get stronger as you lose your weight. Not only did I get my first muscle up, I got my first handstand in the same 3 months. Now, what I started doing once I started adding weight to my pull-ups every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, after my workouts, I'd try and teach myself how to do a handstand. I'd grab parallettes, I'd get on the floor, and I'd just rep it out. Standing behind a wall, I'd stand across a wall, get down, throw my legs over with my back against the wall, get used to it. I did that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Now, the muscle up, I trained it only Saturdays because it was very taxing for my body. I was using a bunch of resistance bands. Now, I'm learning the 90-degree handstand push-ups. And I'm training specifically for skills. So no more basics, no more, pull-ups and dips. I already have those. My main goals now are the planche, the front lever, and the 90-degree handstand push-up. Just for now. Right? Now, to get to where I am now, the most important thing I did was changing who I am, who I was. What I'll actually do for you is I saw this one video by Dr. Berg, this one sugar video. I'll actually link it in the description right now. That one video changed how I looked at my body. By the way, all of this happened overnight. The mindset shift happened in one night. I saw that video and I made a promise to myself that same night. I think it was January 16th or 8th, one of the two, that same night, that I would never eat sugar. That I'm not the kind of person that is addicted to sugar. That's what changed. Just one night. Within the first 3 days, those were the hardest. The first 3 days were the hardest for me. My cravings were high. It was like going through a drug withdrawal. I don't know what that's like. I don't do drugs. I don't drink, but it felt that way. I was very fidgety. My body felt tingly. I felt weird. But after those 3 days, I didn't think about sugar once. Not only did I not think about sugar, I stopped even wanting carbs at all. All I wanted to eat was beef, eggs, butter, cheese, things of those nature, things of that nature. And it was a mindset shift. I had to become the person who's shredded and does calisthenics rather than, the fat guy who's trying to lose weight. I had to become the person I wanted to be. The second I changed that night, my first month I lost 20 pounds. 20 pounds my first month. Now, to be fair, I did take it to an extreme. I went carnivore. I didn't, I went all in. So I still don't eat carbs. I only eat beef, eggs, butter, cheese sometimes. Cheese is my dessert, by the way. I can't believe I'm saying this. I used to hate cheese. But yeah, I went full on carnivore. You don't have to do that. That's not a must. But you have to be obsessed. Right. The first month I lost 20 pounds. The second month I lost, I think, around 10 pounds, thereabout. And then the rest of the time was a complete body metamorphosis. I was losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time. So now you're asking, well, what did you do exactly? Well, it's simple. I worked out 3 times a week, focusing on the fundamentals: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pull-ups and dips only. Honestly, I haven't hit legs in 6 months. Haven't hit them at all. I could care less about hitting legs. My main goal is calisthenics, and that's what I'm sticking to. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, pull-ups, dips, both days. So you start with pull-ups, do dips, and then you can fuck around doing, handstands or whatever you want to do afterwards. But don't. I can only do this because I only worked out 3 times a week. So if you plan on doing this, which I recommend, you should do this. 3 days a week should be the only times you're working out. The rest of the time, you can throw in cardio. And by cardio, I don't mean the Stairmaster. I don't mean walking and killing yourself. I mean, just go out for a walk. Get 10,000 steps a day. Go out for 2 walks, 3 walks, 15 minutes each. You'll get to 10,000 steps a day. That's your workout routine. But 85% of my body transformation had nothing to do with my workout. It was all my diet. 85% of it. All you need to do is drastically reduce the carbs you eat and increase your protein. I say cut it out completely, but some people don't want to do that. So honestly, I could care less. Right? I cut it out completely, 100%. After a week, I wasn't eating carbs at all. None at all. But if you enjoy carbs, you still want to eat them, that's fine. Just make sure you eat them before your workout, and that only then should you eat the carbs you're eating. The rest of the time, it should be full of protein. Try and get 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein. Right? Everyone tells you this. Just do it. Reduce your carbs, increase your protein, increase your fat intake. You do that, you will lose more weight than you've ever lost in the first 2 months of sticking on this diet. No cheat meals, by the way. I'm not going to sit here and say track your calories. I don't track my calories. I haven't tracked my calories. I've never tracked my calories. I didn't need to. So you don't need to track your calories. Just get that protein in, reduce the carbs, no sugar. No, none. None. Not even if you feel it, not even if you're going on a date. I don't care what you're doing. No sugar at all. Nothing. Right? You will see results within the first 2 months. Within the first 2 months, you should lose 20 to 30 pounds. If you don't, then you can come in the comments and just flame me and do whatever you want. But you stick to that, and you'll see results just like I did. So if you want help building your plan, book a call, 15 minutes, free call. I just hop on the call with you, build out your plan, build out your diet, show you how it's done. It's completely free. I won't charge you a thing. So click that link in the description.